Do you have another example of how Rewind helped in one of these serious situations?
A sailor who was an engineer on an aircraft carrier, what happened was that one of the small destroyers was hit by this aircraft carrier and cut and was sinking. But he, being an engineer, knowing, he found out this was going to happen, tore down to the front of the huge ship and then started to get it ready to bulk it up to stop the water coming into the front of the huge ship. And while he was doing that, he could hear the screams of the sailors who were hit. And it hit the sleeping area of that destroyer and lives were lost. That's awful. So it was awful because he knew those fellows and it was great loss for lots of people, including him.
So that left him pretty profoundly upset?
Yes, it was indelibly etched into his mind. When we did the Rewind thing, we'd go back, say you end up in a really bad spot, but then you go back to what's a good spot. So if we went back to, say, breakfast and coffee, which he really likes.
With his mates.
With his mates, that, remembering that spot upset him because some of those mates he was having breakfast with actually were lost. So he actually went back further than that to where there was nothing that would remind him of the accident itself. So he ended up in a neutral place, you know, where he was quite happy. So that was going from the bad back to the good.
And that worked for him?
Yes, it did. It gave him a technique for him to practice to get back to a reasonable spot before that. It's not as though it wipes out the memory or you can't deliberately think about it, but it just shifts where your mind can go when you put a different picture in your head.